to another potato print along. My name's James O'Brien, the potato printer, and this week we are joined by the wonderful Henri H. Henri, all the way from Thailand. Henri, how are you?
I'm very well. How are you, James?
I'm good. Good. Very well.
Good.
Caught the sun today, but yeah, surviving.
You've caught the sun?
Yes. Not all of it.
Why is that?
Just on the head.
Why is?
Yeah.
Huh? Why is that?
I was outside in the garden, Henri.
Oh. Why?
Just relaxing. Just having a nice time. Bit of Pimm's. British, isn't it?
It's very good. Well done. Well done. Well
yeah.
done.
How was your day? How are you?
I'm very well. I've not been outside today. Or no, actually, I did go out for about 3 hours in the morning and then about 6 hours this afternoon. But apart from that, I've been, in lockdown. Very difficult.
Sounds very rigid. Yeah.
Yes, very rigid. Very rigid. I've been rigid for quite a while, really. So, what are we doing?
Today, we're going to be making everyone's favourite TV personality, Gregg Wallace. Are you a fan of Gregg Wallace, Henri?
What's he in? What's he do?
MasterChef. Gregg Wallace from MasterChef.
What's that then? Is that some kind of reality? What's MasterChef? What's a MasterChef?
You get a lot of amateur cooks in a room, and they decide who's the best cook. So for those joining us, this is what we're going to be trying.
Hang on. People cook on TV.
Yeah. It's a thing, Henri. It's a thing.
Wow.
So this is what we're going to be attempting to do. Hopefully you all got the templates that I sent out earlier in the week. These are the shapes which we're going to be cutting out just now. Henri, do you have your potato to hand?
I've got a remarkable potato because it actually comes in 3 bits.
Wow.
So
is that how they come in the shops over in Thailand now? Yes,
they come in. Yeah. Basically, you cut it in half, and somehow you get another half free. I don't know what happened there. So anyway, and it's really funny, It's how vegetables look like things sometimes. This one looks like a phone, doesn't it? What do you think? Hilarious.
Very much so. Very much so.
So that's the comedy done.
That's the comedy. That's the comedy phone. Potato
comedy vegetable. There you go.
So for those joining us for the first time, what we need is a good sized spud potato, and what I would advise is cutting it down the middle here. So we've got a nice good shape for the head and for the body. I've got a smaller, more rounder one here, and this is probably actually a bit more Gregg Wallace shaped. So I'll just chop this in half.
Be careful.
Like so. Good point, Henri. I cracked on there without doing a bit of health and safety. Obviously, I can hear Henri scream, but I can't hear you at home screaming. So be very careful with the knives. Henri, what kind of knife are you using? I'm using quite a.
I've got a subtle, just a small one that we keep lying around.
Be careful with that. It looks quite severe.
Well, it could. I've never tried it, but I can imagine with a tailwind, it could do quite a bit of damage. But it'll be fine. It will be fine. There's no need to worry about it. All right.
Just be careful. So we're going to get cracking with the head first. So I've got my my face template here, which you can see in the bottom left,
Right.
and hopefully, yeah, like that pretty much covers the potato there. So that'll be my my face that I'm going to be using for Gregg. Now, obviously, there's quite a bit of like excess potato there. So what I'm going to do is I'm basically going to create like a slice. So we basically can use the other part of that potato. So we're not using any unnecessary. There's no unnecessary wastage. So I'm going to pop my face over there, and that will be that for now. The next bit I'm going to work on are some of these smaller, more detailed pieces. So the glasses are quite fiddly. Henry, you look like you're struggling there. Is there anything you need help with?
Oh no, it's going. Do you know what? It's going so much better than I thought it was going to go.
Yeah. Are there any elements that you're kind of concerned about when it comes to cutting out some of these body parts?
I'm concerned about the first bit, all the right the way through to the last bit.
What are you using there, Henry?
Well, I did think that the knife was probably a bit too big, so I'm using a razor blade.
Brilliant.
But I keep next to the bath.
Got to be smooth, haven't you, Henry? Got to be smooth for the camera.
What?
Never mind. So I'm now going to take the mouthpiece here, and I'm going to place that ink down on the potato. So we'll see that just covers an area like so, and I'm just going to cut away.
I must admit, I'm having a problem with the head.
You're having problems with the head, Henry?
Does that look like a head?
I can't really see it. You need to move it further into the camera. That looks like a mouthpiece, to be honest with you, Henry.
Right. Okay.
Never mind.
Okay.
It's all about the effort, isn't it?
I will put an order out for more potato, possibly quite soon. But you go on. You keep talking to people.
So I've now got the mouth shape, which you can see in the bottom left. I'm going to move the camera actually just so to move that to the center. There we go. Yeah, we can see now you've got your mouth shape. So that's all ready. I'll pop that to one side. And the next piece I'm going to work through is the spectacles. So on the template, you'll see that there's only one kind of like lens that I've popped in there. Obviously, we can double that up when we come to use it. So again, pop that on the potato. So what have you been up to?
Have you done
Henry,
the
during lockdown?
Pardon?
What have you been up to during lockdown? Are there any kind of like tips that you can give to people in terms of how to keep boredom at bay or activities during lockdown? What have you been doing?
Well, I found lockdown incredibly easy, actually.
Really?
Yes, very, very, very easy. I'm used to spending a lot of time on my own.
That doesn't surprise me.
No, pardon?
Sorry.
What?
I talked over you, Henry. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I didn't hear what you said there. Sorry, sir. I'm. Is that an arm? I'm very good at it, you see, because I spend quite a lot of time on my own, an extraordinary amount of time. And the other benefit I have is that I've got a very, very, very short attention span. And so I'm constantly forgetting that I'm in lockdown, so I'll just be, looking at the screen a blank screen a lot of the time, and I'll just drift off for a while, and then I'll realise, oh, it's lockdown. I can't go out. And then I forgot. Then you see, I forget that I'm in lockdown. So it's been quite. Most of the time in my life, it's a bit of a hindrance. Constantly just not knowing what's going on or where I am, and having a short attention span. But during this period, it's great, isn't it? What about you? Have you been coping all right with it?
Well, I guess so. It's been quite nice doing these each Friday. Getting to talk to people like you, Henry. So,
well,
we are.
I can imagine that's quite a treat for you, sir. Yes, quite a treat.
Yeah.
I'm doing the arm. Oh, I've done the arm.
I've created like the outline there of the spectacle, and there's two ways we can you can go about this next step. We can either keep that as the shape as it is, and then either create a smaller circle to go in the middle, or we can create a slice like we did for the face, and then whittle away a lens there. So I'm going to create a slice, because I think it'll be a nicer finish. This is quite a fiddly bit. So again, if you're not necessarily comfortable with knives, I would opt for a stamp going in the middle. But take your time with this bit, because it is a bit fiddly. I'm just going to create a slice there. How are you getting on, Henry?
I'm working on the arms.
On the arms?
Yes. I've listened to your advice, and I've gone the opposite way.
You're doing, no, I mean,
because
that's
I'm
fine.
you see, I've never had to cut potato with a razor blade before.
I don't think many people would have, to be honest with you.
No. Well, I like
quite an interesting technique.
I like to break boundaries. Anyone that has read any of my work or seen any of my extravaganzas will know that I don't take the easy option,
No.
And I'm definitely not right now. Definitely not right now. But so how many have you done of these potatoes? Well,
I think this is either the fifth or the sixth one, Henry.
Right.
I've lost count, to be honest with you. The weeks all.
The question on my mind, and I'm sure most people, if any sense, is why potatoes? Why? Where did this come? Why? Why? Yeah, why?
Well, just I'll answer that in a moment. But then you'll see I've just made a little glass. The glass is there, which hopefully they'll.
Oh my God! How did you do that? Have you got someone off screen doing that for you?
Yeah, a little chap under the table just whittling away.
How have you done that?
So the next bits are I'm going to go for are the eyeball and the eyebrow. Now, hopefully, you will have quite a number of like little offcuts from what you've cut out so far. So here's one, which is quite a nice shape. I'm just going to refine that into an eyebrow. Go back to your question, Paul.
Yes.
Henry. But yeah, it all got out of hand quite quickly when I started making a potato printed calendar about Idi Amin, the dictator. And,
yes.
Yeah.
Nice fellow.
Yeah, it all I just got carried away.
Fair enough. We've all got carried. We all get carried away. We all get carried away from time to time, don't we?
We do.
Well, I get carried away when I start thinking of colours.
Really?
You know, yes. Well, you'll find that, you know, I don't know. I mean, for example, my favourite colour is green, and then I'll start thinking about the different shades of green, because I'm not the kind of man that's just going to like one thing. You see, I like to experiment and try new things and push myself. And so when I think of the colour green, I automatically, you know, I start thinking of, you know, forest green and sea green. You know, I think of the one that's a bit white, but it's green.
Is it lime green? Is it?
Mint. Mint green. So I think of things like that. You see, already I've gone off on a bit of a tangent with just the colour green. I mean, imagine.
Just the colour green.
I haven't even got onto blue yet.
Do you like blue?
Well, I'm quite strict with colour blue. I only really like navy. Any other colours, it gets a bit tiresome for me. Blue, you know. Brown, I like brown. What other colours do I like? I'll tell you what I like. I don't know if there's a name for it, but it's you know that colour, it's in between yellow and white. It's the sort of the same sort of colour as cheese. I like that colour.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, if you said to me, what's your favourite kind of yellow, I'd say cheese.
Cheese.
You know?
Cheese yellow.
Cheese. Yeah, I think it's a lovely colour. It's a lovely colour, cheese yellow. Lovely colour. So see, you know, I mean, if anyone's feeling bored during lockdown, it's a very difficult time for everybody, but just think of some colours. I mean,
you're right.
We've just had the most amazing, interesting conversation for at least 3 minutes about colours.
Just about colours.
And seeing as though this is like a, you know, an art thing, isn't it? You know, which we're talking about.
Colours are very important, Henry.
Colours are important in art, aren't they?
Yeah.
You know, so
yeah.
Think
How often
about.
Would you say then that you think about colours?
That's a very good question. You're a very good interviewer. I'd say I think about. Well, the thing is with me. You see, I'm constantly having ideas, like literally, like constantly. I've just had one now. Yeah, just had another one, and I've just had another one. You see, and I'm constantly thinking of new ideas, which, and obviously with my short attention span, it's quite confusing. So, but I would say, I probably think about colours at least maybe an hour and a half every sort of 2 weeks.
Gosh.
Which is, it's, you know, could be an hour and a half doing something really, really mundane or you know, useless. You know, at least this way, I'm making good use of that hour and a half. How have you the glasses? I've got there's no way I'm going to be able to do these glasses. You know.
Well, do your best, and we can always kind of, you know, use another shape to fill in the hole if you can't make that hole yourself.
Right.
So I've just basically while Henry was talking about his colours, I've just made a
orange.
Body. You like orange?
Yeah. Sorry. Carry on. It just popped in there then.
Just popped in, doesn't it? You know.
Yeah. Carry on.
It's easy, isn't it? You know. Yeah. So again, what I'm going to do there, just so I can use this with a bit of the potato, I'm going to turn that into a slice, and we can use the rest of the potato for the bits and pieces. So let's pop his body over there, and I'm going obviously in a different order to Henry, but I'm now going to get cracking on with the arms. Arms. So yeah, again, luckily, that lends itself quite nicely down the contours of the potato. So it's going to chop that bit off there. So where can people find some of your work, Henry?
Well, I've released numerous books. They're pretty much, I think they're all out of print at the moment, sadly.
Oh dear.
But I've written a lot. But I've got a Facebook page that my wife set up for me. I've got a blog which my mum, before she passed away, she set up for me. And so you can find me. Just tap in Henri H. Henry. It's Henry. The first Henry is with an I, then the letter H, and then Henry with a Y at the end of it. The H isn't important. Well, the H is my middle name. It stands for Hermes. I don't know if you know Hermes.
The Greek delivery group.
No. Come on, man. The Greek god Hermes. I've not been named after a delivery company, have I? Someone of my stature. And if I was, I'd be Amazon or something like that, wouldn't I? No, Hermes. He's the Greek god of travel, language, and fertility.
Fertility.
See, so I mean, in my case, 2 out of 3. It's not bad, is it? You know, because
which are your two, Henry? Just for those that
the first 2. I mean, I've not been able to, you know, for some years now. Now.
Oh dear. Sorry to hear that.
Oh, it's fine. It's fine. I like it that way.
Good.
I've
almost finished the arms, which are these 2 here, which I'll pop to one side. That's those there, and then now we're in the fiddly bits, the spoons, hands, plates, puddings.
Can I just ask you again why you chose me to do this one?
Well,
why are we doing one with spoons in it? My God, I'm using a razor blade to cut a spoon shape out of a potato. Oh God, how do I cut a spoon out of a potato?
It is a challenge. It is a challenge, but I think you can do it, Henry. You just got to take your time, and it will all come together.
Okay, thank you for the pep talk. It's worked.
Yeah. Maybe a career in motivational speaking beckons.
Oh, for you?
Maybe.
Yeah.
You don't seem.
Stick to potatoes, mate.
Stick to potatoes.
Yeah. I mean, you could motivate a potato, I suppose. I don't suppose you could motivate this one to cut itself into the shape of a spoon.
No.
That would be quite good. No. That would be quite good. So, purple's good. Purple's nice. Purple.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good colour. It's good colour because it's purple. It's kind of mystical, isn't it? As a colour, really. I mean, look at Prince.
There is a lot of mystery around purple. Yeah.
Yeah, Prince. He liked purple.
Yeah.
Oh, I've cut my spoon in half. Oh no.
Yeah, no, you got to be careful about that, Henry. Yeah, so
that's all right though. It sort of looks a bit like a spoon if you've never seen a spoon before, I suppose.
Yeah, so that's what I've got there. I think that's going to probably just be I think most people. I think it will look like a spoon when it's down on the page. And then all these other little bits I'm just gonna try and improvise, to be honest with you, and just try and tidy up some of the other bits and pieces that we've got lying around here. So that's that one.
I'm doing my plate now.
Good.
Everything, all of my, what I will say in advance is a lot of my curves, spoons, eyes, that kind of thing, they seem rather square.
Right.
Quite square edges.
So, yeah, cubist kind of Gregg Wallace.
Well, I want people to know that that's what I'm going for. That's the look I'm going for, you see.
Yeah. It's good to sound kind of like, set expectations, out early, isn't it?
Exactly. That's I mean, I'm an Aquarius, so.
Are you big into astrology, Henry?
Absolutely no. Hate the thing. Hate it.
Oh.
Load of mumbo jumbo, isn't it? But then an Aquarius would say that.
I guess they would. They
would. Trust me, I am one, and I've just said it.
Yeah.
I'm making the pudding bit now.
Good.
And very delicately making a square, cubed, shaped pudding. So there you go. There's the pudding.
Just going to quickly.
Looks lovely. Looks very nice.
Is that around? So
have you made this man, this Wallace chef? Have you made him before, or is this your first time doing him?
No, I made him last year, yeah.
What was that for? Just for a laugh, was it? Or?
Well, I attempted to do a. It started out as a self-portrait, and halfway through, I realised it was never going to be me. Beards are really hard, and it was the eyes and the round face, and it was just like apparent very, very early doors that it was more like Gregg Wallace than.
But that's what that is what you look like as well, though, James.
A little bit, but obviously I've got a beard, and
have you? Let me see.
It's discreet. It's a discreet beard. Yeah.
Sorry, I hadn't been paying attention to the way you look.
I get why you have a shorter sentence about that. So, and then we just need to get a pupil there. Okay. So I think we're almost at the stage now. I've got all my bits and pieces where we can start printing.
Yeah.
So let's get this on like so. I'll just bring up the image again on what we're aiming for. Just to give myself a reminder. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get the body down to begin with. Time to mix up some blue paint, and maybe we can move from the body and then onto the face. I'm just wary of time. So. Let's get the body going. Go back to the screen. So
I'm just putting the body on a bit of blue paint then, am I? And then just.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just trying to get some.
Is that funny? Yeah. Oh yes. Well, I'm very impressed with myself.
Just get a good bit of pressure going on there, and that's the first bit down. And then we need to get one of the arms on.
Is the arms blue as well?
It is, or it could be any colour. You know, I mean, I'm sure Gregg Wallace has a vast wardrobe.
This reminds me of the time I accidentally drank some paint once.
And how did that work? How did that? What was the repercussions?
Well, I was hungry. I was busy writing. I was working on a book about the time I was lost in Peru. I got lost in Peru many years ago, and I was writing the book From Me, Peru, to You, Peru. I was working on that, and I'd been working for so long, like minutes. I'd been working. I was thirsty, and I really needed to eat something. Oh dear, the arm's terrible. I really needed to eat something or drink something, and I couldn't find anything. And all I could find was some paint and like vanilla sort of color. It looked all right. I'd never heard of anyone dying from drinking paint. So I drank it.
I would advise against it, really. Last resort,
well, I would now. I would now. Yes, of course. Terrible mistake.
I've added a little bit more dark blue, just so we can get a little bit more of a definition on the body when we apply this other arm.
Wow. Right, let me get some.
That's not really. It's not really dark enough. I'm just going to add a little bit more blue.
What colour is his face going to be?
I mean, I'm going to go for a pink.
I don't have.
But you know, it's up to you on what colour you think it should be. You know, you're the artist here, Henry.
Well, you know, I don't like to. I'm glad you said that. Maybe I'll use yellow. He's got a sunny disposition, hasn't he? Really?
He has. He's got a very sunny disposition. So now I'm going to go on to the face. So who would you say is your biggest inspiration, Henry, when it comes to art and writing and history? Who do you look up to?
I've never thought of that. Very good. You're a very good interviewer. I don't know. I don't really have any heroes as such. I mean, obviously, I think most of my inspiration comes from a collection of things, really. When I'm trying to write humorous stuff, obviously, it has to be all 7 films of the Police Academy franchise.
All the rest 7 of the time.
Yeah, there's 7 of them. Yeah, they're making another one next year, I think, apparently.
Gosh.
Oh, dear. Interesting fact. The face is not good, by the way. Interesting fact about that franchise is the final movie, I think it was 7 or maybe it was 8. The final movie cost, I think it was around £8 million to make.
Gosh.
And it made £250,000 in the cinema. So, I'm no expert, but that's a massive hit, if ever I've seen it, you know. I suppose my other inspiration is, you know, don't die not being famous, really. I use that as quite a powerful tool for me to keep
That's
going.
quite a mantra, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, people will say, oh, it sounds a little bit sad, really, But if I keep saying enough times how desperate I am for fame, then eventually it will happen.
Yeah.
It's just the way the world works, isn't it? What are you doing now? Where are you? So you've done the head.
I've done the head. I have.
Which bit are you doing now?
I'm just making a grey for the spoon.
You're making a grey. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. I think I've got one.
So obviously, have you got black and white there, Henry? Or
yes. I mix them two, and that makes grey, does it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Just a little bit of
how long
just
has
a
it
little
been
bit
like
of
that?
black in with your white.
How long have you been able to? How long have humans been able to do that? That's amazing. Well, I'm learning some stuff here, I tell you.
Hopefully, it will stay with you, Henry. So
I've put too much. I've not done it. Oh dear me. Okay. Yeah, probably needed a bit more white, but there you go.
Yeah.
Never mind.
And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do the first round of hair drying. I hope I put that you needed a hairdryer on this session. If you don't, you can come back to it later and follow these steps. So I'm just going to give this a quick blast with the hairdryer.
Right, I didn't think that through. Yeah. Seems to have had a. Well, I turned the oven. What's it called? Hairdryer. I turned the hairdryer on, and I hadn't got all my bits of potato safe, and they've just flown everywhere.
Oh yeah, no, that's my favourite trick. I've blown quite a number of body parts all over the floor. Yeah.
Never mind. It's still gonna look fantastic.
It's gonna look great.
Yes.
What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna pop the mouth on. So I'm gonna get some black and pop that on at a jaunty angle. This is quite important not to get too much on it, and see if I can.
That's a fantastic mouth.
Not quite enough on there, so I'll just reapply.
So do you have inspirations, or do you just don't care?
Gosh, I mean, I'd say.
Come on, dead
inspiration like David Shrigley is a big one.
Right, never heard of him. But carry on. Sounds
never
good,
heard of him. Yeah, no, he's a well-known. So he did a big thumb in Trafalgar Square. Do you remember the big thumb? Big thumb.
No.
Massive thumb.
A big thumb. He did a big thumb.
Did a big blue thumb.
And this man is famous for this.
Yeah, having a massive thumb. I've
been doing it all wrong, haven't I?
You have. All you needed was just a big thumb. So I'm going to pop the nose on now.
Ah, the nose. Yes. Now, where's that?
I'm just going to make that slightly darker pink, just so it can stand out a bit.
My God, I tell you what, I've really exceeded what I thought was going to happen. I really am very happy with this.
I can't wait to see it at the end, Henry.
I can't wait to show it to you. To be honest, I think I might have to. I may be able to give up, writing and dancing and all the other multi-talented things that I do, and I could maybe take up this. I think I could.
You think you could?
Oh yes. It's a doddle. No wonder you do it a lot. It's easy, isn't it? I mean, it's much better than dancing. I don't know if I've ever told you this, but I did plan on being a dancer, actually.
I didn't know about the dancing exploits, Henry.
Well, I started off wanting to. I mean, the thing is, I was a late starter when it comes to arts and whatever. My father insisted on me becoming a traffic warden, and
Right.
and so hid art from me for many years. And it wasn't until I was 18 that I first heard music.
Gosh.
And as soon as I heard music, that was it. I wanted to be a singer. I won't go into it, but that didn't work out. And then I thought, well, I'll be a dancer. And then someone asked me what a step ball change was, and I just lost it. I had no idea. So I obviously. What? Pardon?
What is it?
Well, I don't know. That's why I'm not a dancer. I don't know what it is. Step ball change. It's a move. It's like the moonwalk or something. I'm not sure. And so then I forgot what I was saying. See, I've lost my thread then.
Lost your thread.
Oh, and then I thought, well, I'll be a writer. And then I did a bit of stand-up comedy for a while. I did that for a while, and I did a show with you. Remember it? I did a show with you and that man who thought he was a robot.
Who thought he was a robot?
Yes, I genuinely think he thinks he's a robot. It was fun time, doing that show. I don't know, people are unaware of the show Quiz Pump. Quiz Pump. And if you don't know the show Quiz Pump, then you're obviously not from Romania, because it was huge. It was huge there.
Huge,
wasn't it? Wasn't it? It was huge there, wasn't it, James? It was huge. Massive. We can't walk down the street in Romania. I mean, well, I can't anyway. You and the robot are kind of all right, really. Oh, I like the eyes. Your eyes look great.
Yeah. So what I'm going to do now, Henry, I'm just going to give this another blast so I can put the glasses on.
Right, I might give the glasses a miss. I don't know, too much.
Lovely. Okay, and I'm just gonna. I've got like a brown colour. Ooh, knocking about here.
Ah, one of my favourite colours. Well,
I mix a little bit more together.
How do you make brown? Do you use two colours, or have you already got it?
So you can mix brown basically with a red and a green. So you can also do it with a yellow and a purple. Any kind of opposing colours, and they will.
And what's this for? Is this for what's the brown for?
That's for the glasses.
Ah, yes, yes.
Yeah.
I've already done mine. I've put black glasses, so sorry about that.
Yeah. No, I could have. But I'm just going to put the light on because it's gone very dark. That's better. So that settled down. Yeah, great. I can see what I'm doing now.
Is that ham?
It's not. It's not.
Okay. Just checking if you've got some
Just
ham.
you got to check, haven't you?
Yeah. I won't.
Do you have any ham, Henry?
As a matter of fact, no. Don't know why I mentioned it. Invented in China, ham. You know.
Was it? Ooh.
Yes, invented in China. They've invented everything, though, haven't they? Really, the Chinese. They're wonderful people. You know?
Yeah.
What have they've made? Obviously, they made paper. They came up with paper. Banana milkshakes. They invented banana milkshakes. Post-it notes.
Post-it notes.
Yeah, they invented those. The stutter. Don't know if you know that. They invented the stutter. They came up with the concept of it. I don't think they were the first ones to do the stutter, but they came up with the intellectual, concept of a stutter.
Gosh.
Very, very, very fine people. So I've done the glasses. Does he have hair, this man?
No, he's he doesn't have any.
Right, that's a relief then, because
yeah.
Okay, it's looking very good. I like the glass. The glasses are amazing. How on earth did you? Is it some kind of witchcraft? Wow.
It's
Do you know that bit of potato? That bit of potato that you've got there, it looks like a waffle. Are they the same? Is a waffle made out of potato? Is it?
Some of them are, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, you can get potato waffles these days, Henry. So what's happened here is my layers just didn't really dry enough. So you might have, it probably needed a little bit more heat on it.
Oh, you've put.
I can live with it. I can live with it. And then let's add the pupil.
What's next?
I was going to pop the pupils in.
Oh, I don't need to do that bit. He's just got a kind of cold stare.
And then we're just going to throw in some hands.
Oh yes, the hands. I'd forgotten about the hands. Yes, I'll do the hands now.
Okay, so that's that. And then that's the plate and the pudding.
Plate. Where's the plate? I think I lost the plate when I turned on the hairdryer. And a cake. What color can I make a cake? Where's the This is absolutely fantastic. It's quite cathartic, isn't it, doing art?
It is. It's really, like there is something, it does allow you to kind of like zone out after a while. You do forget that you're kind of, doing something really stupid. It's quite nice. I do enjoy it.
I think I might do this more because, I'm constantly thinking. I'm constantly like I said to you before, I'm constantly, just ideas are just,
falling out of you, aren't they?
they literally. It's like they seep. It's like treacle coming out of a frog's mouth.
Gosh,
That kind of. If
what
you
an
can
image!
imagine yeah, there you go. You see, that's exactly what happens when I'm thinking.
Oof. Well, not as neat as I'd hoped, but I'm happy with it. I think it looks really fun. Henry,
I think yours looks all right. Yeah, it looks not too bad. I'm sort of slightly worried that you're going to feel a little bit embarrassed now, though, because I was expecting you to do a bit better. But I think I may have shown you up.
a little bit lower, Henry. A little bit lower. Can't quite. Oh my word!
I don't know which way
this. That is. I mean, oh, actually.
It looks.
Well.
It looks like a chip.
Yes.
I've made a chick. It's wonderful, though. It's been marvelous, hasn't it? I mean, I've done very well.
I've really enjoyed it. I've really enjoyed the session. Thank you for joining us, Henry. Whereabouts so people can find you on Twitter, on the Twitters?
I'm on Twitter, Henri with an I, H.
Yeah.
Hermes, Henry with a Y, and on Facebook, H with an I, with another H, then a H, then a Y, and on my blog it's H with an I, another H with a Y, but with the names in between.
Brilliant. I hope that everyone will give you a follow and check out your feed because it is.
Yes, follow me.
It's really funny and
thank you.
Yeah,
I've got a book coming out.
Great source of entertainment to people. That's all from us this week. We're back next Friday. We're going to be doing a snail with Richard Todd, which will be fun. I think Henry's camera's just frozen. Please, like other weeks, please do send me your Gregg Wallace's and share them on Instagram. It's always brilliant to see how people have attacked it. I hope you've had fun, and yeah, until next week. Bye bye. Have a nice evening.